Hey there. You're either watching me the first time or the second time. If you have already downloaded Zoom, this is your first time. If you've just downloaded it based off of this document here, you are watching me for the second time. At any rate, in the next several steps, you're going to be able to join Zoom if you haven't already, and then you'll be able to learn how to create an appointment that will allow you to create a Zoom meeting for your classroom, and that will allow you to configure various different settings on your Zoom classroom that may be basic and easy to use in your daily experience teaching and learning remotely. Now, also, we will take a look at how we can distribute that link via Google Classroom and provide a template that you'll be able to use to copy and paste right into your Google Classroom Classwork page to allow your students the directions and also the procedures to join your Zoom classroom. And finally, you will also be able to add your Google Meet link as a secondary or redundant link. So if the students cannot get into their Zoom link for the first time, there'll be a second way that they can contact a teacher, maybe yourself, or a collaborating teacher, or maybe a staff member or TA who can then help them get into their Zoom link for the first time. So I hope this helps. Happy Zooming. See you on the other side. Now that we have the Zoom client on our specific type of computer, we're going to proceed with step 2 in this process with setting up Zoom for our instructional purposes. So to do this, we're going to go down to step 2 and click here to log in or sign in using our school Google account. Once we're at the page, click on the Sign In with Google single sign-on button here. If you already have a Zoom account, you'll just go ahead and acknowledge that you're using your school account, your school Google account, to enter into your account that's been established already. If you are new to Zoom, you will see a page that looks similar to this, and you'll just click on Create an Account, and then you'll proceed into the user dashboard, as you'll see here in a moment. Let's go ahead and enter into Zoom dashboard here, and it takes me to my meetings here, and you can see that I have a number of different links on the left-hand side navigation area, and I want to make sure that I'm on my meetings link. So this will take us to step 3 in our document here, and we are going to go ahead and start up a Zoom meeting. To start up a Zoom meeting, we're simply going to click on the blue Schedule a New Meeting button. This will take us to our meeting detail page, and we're going to go ahead and use sort of some best practices, I guess you could say, to create a Zoom meeting that we can reuse at any time and use as a static link so that we don't have to keep generating new meetings. We just use the same link in order to access our class when we're scheduled in our daily schedule. So let's give it a topic, and we'll say class meeting link. And then you can give it a description if you'd like. Let's just say for trial purposes. And once we have the topic and the description, we want to make sure we're in the correct time zone. So we'll come down here and we'll go ahead and click on GMT +7 Bangkok. Once we have given it a time zone, let's go ahead and tick the checkbox here that says recurring meeting. And where it says recurrence, let's go ahead and change that to no fixed time. This no fixed time feature will allow us again to reuse this meetings link in order to establish and connect with our classes whenever it is time for a class to meet during our regularly scheduled days. Then we're going to go ahead and go down to the meeting password, uncheck this unless you really want a password for your meeting, and then go down to the video options here, or the video preferences, and just go ahead and click on and on. Scrolling down further, you'll see the meeting options towards the bottom. Go ahead and click on the Enable Join Before Host. This allows your students to access the meeting link and wait for you to start the class. Otherwise, when they do this and you're not in the class session yet, they may get sort of in limbo. They might be in limbo a little bit and then not be able to join, and they have to refresh and stuff. And it causes a little bit of confusion at first. So just enable join before host, and this will allow them to sit there until you join, and that'll bring up their video and their participant view in your meeting in Zoom. Now we have all of our recommended settings here, and we're just going to go ahead and click save. Once we've hit save, you'll see that we have sort of a meeting ticket here, and you can start the meeting here in the blue button. But all we're going to do right now is prepare. Let's say we have this meeting for tomorrow. So we're going to prepare everything for our students to access when it's time to access. So we're going to copy this link, this join URL link, and we're going to use that here momentarily. So make sure you've copied it, and we're going to go on to step 4 here, and we're going to switch to another interface. This is going to be our Google Classroom. So go ahead and head over to your Google Classroom lists of courses, and you're going to select the desired classroom that you wish to post your Zoom meeting join URL link to. So we're going to go ahead and I'll click this one. And once I'm into the Google Classroom, I'm going to make sure I go to Classwork. That's the tab up here. In fact, always send your students to the Classwork. That's a good tip to always keep in mind. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Classwork tab up here, and I'm going to simply create a material post. So I'm going to hit create, and I'm going to go to material. This provides me with the interface to add specific material to push out to my students. And in this case, we're pushing out links to our meeting in Zoom. So let's first, before we move any further, hit the add feature here, and we're going to add the link, and we're going to paste the join URL link for our Zoom meeting here, and we're going to hit add link. I'm going to go back to the document that you're working off of, and I'm going to go ahead and use this sort of templated post. This sort of post you can just copy and paste into your own classwork page and your own material post. And I'm simply going to copy this text, paste it in the title, and go back, copy the description, and paste it in the description. So what we're doing here is we're providing a way for students to access our Zoom meeting virtually. Now, at the same time, not all the students will get in, and that's understandable. So we're going to actually create and put a Google Meet link to allow them to easily access for any type of troubleshooting that we might have. Now, you might have a colleague helping you with the Google Meet link to get them to get into your Zoom, or you might want to try it yourself. Either way, whatever your comfortability level is, prepare for that before you start using these links. I'm going to go back to our document here, and you can see the next step is to go ahead and go to my Google Calendar, and I'm going to create an event, create a URL to that event for a Google Meet session, and I'll paste that into the material post as well. So to do this, I can simply go to the Google Meeting link by going to my Google Calendar. And if you already have a Google Meeting link, you don't have to necessarily do this. You just copy that old link and just use it. So let's say I'm going to say this is my Google Meeting link, and I'm going to create it could be any time. It doesn't have to be any time that your classes meet. And I'm going to say more options, add conferencing, and Hangouts Meet. Now I have this link. Let's go ahead and paste this link as you might have become accustomed to from previous exercises. Copy it, then go back to our Classwork page. We'll add one more time a link, and that will be our Google Meet link. Now, the Google Meet link, again, is simply for troubleshooting purposes. If people are not able to get into our meeting, we will just go ahead and refer them and have them in our instructions to go to the Meet Google link. Now, if you, again, want a colleague to help you, they can be manning that Google Meet link, or you could actually do both at the same time if you switch your audio and video as needed in both sessions. Now, let's go ahead and return to our list of items to do. And we've got our Google Meet link in. So all we have to do is assign our post. So we have to post it. We don't have to do anything about a topic because we want it to appear at the top of the Classwork page. So I'm going to hit post. All right. As you see, once we've hit post, you'll notice that our new material posting is centered at the top of our page, and then the sections for our class are down below. If you click this, it'll expand and it provides the instructions on what to do in the description field with the 2 links that we've attached to this particular material post. Now, let's say that we have already added these posts and it's the next day, and we're here and we're in our classroom. And now all we have to do in order to join the meeting is simply go to our Classwork page here on our Google Classroom web page, click on this, we hit open Zoom, and it's going to open the Zoom client for us. And if it asks you for any type of permissions or anything, because this is your first time, just go ahead and do that. And you can go ahead and click join with computer audio. Now, you'll see my face right now. And you'll also notice that I have a little background going as well. Once I have completed this and I'm sitting in this particular room, I can wait for my students as they click the link and join the meeting. Now, if, again, this is your first time or maybe the first couple days, and you want to sort of make sure that students are able to access you even if they can't get into Zoom, they again have this link down below that allows them to go into the Google Classroom Meet. So if you also enter this Google Classroom Meet and hit join now, and you'll be in this Google Classroom Meet simultaneously as you're in the Zoom. Now you might want to turn the audio off for one so that you don't have, if anybody gets in, you won't hear yourself over and over or in the echo chamber there. But once you've done that, you'll be able to flip back and access your Zoom, and you'll wait for your students to join. Now for the student side of things, if they go to your page and they go here and they hit their Classwork page. This is a student in my class now, and they see it and they click on the meeting, join, meet, launch, and they will be able to access again if they've downloaded the Zoom client as well. If they haven't, they can again go to the class meet and see you, and you can sort of help them along if necessary, or your colleague who's helping you can help them along to get into your Zoom meet session. So this is how you can start with Zoom or transition from Google Meet into Zoom. Thanks for watching. Well, that about does it, with the exception of if you want to make different types of settings and configurations in your Zoom appointments, make sure you contact me or another collaborating colleague and see what they use for their settings in their Zoom appointment pages. Otherwise, happy Zooming.